of leadership.
Agent. I just want to read a few stats from your site and let
Sure.
you share your reactions or thoughts.
Okay.
1 in 4 people are grieving, which is a word we're going to break down in this conversation. And I think takes some of the sensitivity out of what it really means because I you really educated me on really how change and grief go hand in hand. There's $100 billion loss of productivity annually because of grief. Grieving employees or burnt out employees are 2.5 times more likely to leave an organization. And so now enter Anthony, your team, your experience,
Right.
your purpose driven way of being. How are you tackling this?
Right. Right. So we talk about three sort of principles, three pillars, if you will. One is getting the organization to understand their respect for people and emotional safety culture in the organization. And then the third piece is practicing adaptive leadership. So you know, 75% of people leave not because of the organization, but because of their leader, right? And um, and so a leader who doesn't demonstrate true respect for people and doesn't create an emotionally safe environment where people feel comfortable raising their hands and saying, "Hey, I'm struggling. I need some help. I'm dealing with this issue. Maybe I don't even know what I'm supposed to be doing on this project." That then transitions to them being willing to raise their hand and say, "I don't agree with the direction we're going in," or "I think
Mm,
there's a better way to do this," right? As opposed to sort of having this subdued culture where people don't feel comfortable challenging one another or the leader or the organization or the status quo. So the three go hand in hand, right? So if you think about them as intersecting circles, where the three overlap, that's where results happen,
mm.
right? And it almost takes all three in order for it to work. Because if you don't have a respect for people culture, and by that I mean we're talking all the way up to the leader being vulnerable, demonstrating courage, right? It's not just we don't offend anybody, right? Um, this is really truly opening up the culture of the organization to one where people are almost admired, right? That's what we're talking about from a respect for people perspective. The emotional safety component, where people feel very comfortable questioning things or raising their hand and saying they need help, and then that adaptive leadership piece, where the leader takes responsibility for adapting their leadership style to meet their people where they are in their development needs or their particular role or their situation or what's going on in their personal lives. When those three things intersect, the results are powerful. The retention, the loyalty, the engagement, the productivity just go through the roof because people people want to be warriors in that type of
Mm.
environment, right? They want to go to war and do whatever they need to do to achieve and to get the results. In fact, they'll go well beyond anything that the organization or the leader ever asks them to in that type of environment.